Hi, good morning. One of the most surprising things I've discovered about this adventure of being human is how strongly we have to forget who we really are. This beautiful soul on a journey of growth and love and remembering itself through the beauty and challenges of a physical life. It's like we purposely put ourselves in a coma because we know that amnesia is going to be part of the plan. Hey, I'm Dr. Connie Numbers, and in this video, I'm going to show you why forgetting your true nature isn't a cosmic mistake, and why it's one of the most closely guarded secrets of our soul. And once you understand why, the pieces of the puzzle of why you're here in the first place, they really do start to fall into place. But what if forgetting wasn't really the problem at all? What if it was the very thing your soul intended? A built-in invitation to wake up and remember who you really are. Keep that in mind, because by the end of this video, you might see your whole life differently. Now, it might sound strange, but we actually learned this secret as children. So let me ask you this. Do you remember the joy you felt as a child playing hide and seek? I can remember it like it was yesterday. I absolutely loved playing hide and seek, especially if there was 5 or 6 of us playing and some of us would hide and the others would seek us out. If you can go back and remember what it felt like being the one hiding, you'd remember how thrilling this game really was. So, let's you and I rewind and go back. Can you remember how exciting it was to hide and not know when someone was going to find you? It's suspenseful. It's unknown, and yet it feels safe. Sometimes we would hide in the house, so I would hide behind a curtain or under a bed. But the most fun was really hiding outside, behind a tree or great big bushes. I remember once I hid in my grandmother's really deep wheelbarrow, and they didn't find me for a long time. And that's part of the excitement too, isn't it? Being the last one to be found. It was like a triumph in some way. Woohoo! I was the last one to be found. Now, before I tell you the real reason this game of hide and seek mirrors our spiritual life, I want you to notice something powerful about what you felt as a child when you were the one hiding. Because when we're hiding, we are so present. Think of this. We hear every sound, every whisper, every snap of a branch, every footstep coming our way, and we hear the voices getting closer and closer and closer. Do you remember that rush of trying not to giggle and holding your breath as they got nearer, hoping they wouldn't find you, but also kind of hoping that they would? Because as much fun as it was to hide, the real joy came in being found. That moment of, there you are, hey guys, I found her, and that little squeal of delight where you'd laugh and jump out of your hiding spot. Oh, that's what made it so magical. It really was the joy and the anticipation of being found. That game, simple as it was, and whether we realize it or not, is exactly what we're doing here in this lifetime. We are playing hide and seek, and we are hiding on purpose. Our soul literally said, I'm going to step into a role and pretend to forget who I am for a while so that one day I can experience the joy of remembering and finding myself all over again. If you think about it, this is pretty darn incredible. Our beautiful soul chose to tuck itself inside this human experience, inside this human body, knowing that the real joy would come the moment we remembered who we really are. Wow. So this human life of ours is actually one giant game of hide and seek for all of us. Oh, but here's the clincher. Instead of someone else pulling back the curtain or finding you back in the bushes, you're the one who gets to do it. You get to be the one who finds you. You get to be the one who realizes, oh, wait a minute. I'm not just this story. I'm not just this body. And I'm not just this human personality. Ooh, I'm a soul who chose all this. Now, in a moment, I'm going to share the one reason our souls must forget in order to evolve. But first, I want you to see how perfectly designed this forgetting actually is. So, coming back into this earthly land of forgetting is necessary, and here's why. All of us have to gradually let go and detach ourselves from the remembrance of who we are as a soul in order to fit into the physical world. Amnesia is really part of the plan. It is necessary for every one of us because we must learn and adjust to being human while living on Earth. I mean, think about it. We have to learn how to walk, ride a bike, hold a pencil, put on clothes, read, follow all the rules, and learn how to socialize with others. It's part of the human process we have to go through. So we need to be completely identified with the human part of ourselves and forget what we came back here to achieve. So there is no shame here in forgetting. It's supposed to happen. It makes sense for me to think about it this way. If you already had the remembrance of yourself as a soul when you came back here, there would be absolutely no growth, which would totally cancel out the reason why you came here in the first place, to grow and to evolve. So in order to make the plan work, we have to forget. When I first realized that forgetting was part of the plan, I'll be honest, it didn't sit real well with me. I mean, oh gosh, who wants to choose to forget? But then I realized, what if that amnesia part is actually the greatest act of trust our soul could ever make? I have had to come to grips with the fact that having this earthly experience is not an open book test. If you were given the answers to your own exam, it would be way too easy. If you came here with the full knowledge and realization of everything you wanted to accomplish, I mean, come on, think about it. What kind of accomplishment would that be? And as much as I personally loved open book tests in high school because they were so easy, I have to admit, I learned nothing. I just turned to page 43 and there was the answer. So if you remembered everything when you got here, there would be no way to determine whether you learned the lesson you set forth to experience in the first place. This is why we forget, because coming here is not an open book test. It's a closed book test. You've got to earn your grade. You've got to study and practice, and you've got to seek out the answers for yourself. And like hide and seek, the thrill is in the search, but the magic is in being found. And when you do find you, the real you, the soul of you, not just the person in the mirror, but the awareness that's behind those eyes, this quiet presence that's been guiding you all along, that's when you get to smile and say, hey, there you are. Oh, there I am. I found you. I found me. That's the real me. That's my beloved soul. So remember how we started this video with that idea that forgetting wasn't a mistake? Well, this is where the truth comes full circle. The moment you remember who you are, you realize you were really never lost at all. And that is the point of this whole earthly game. And just like in hide and seek, we knew the joy of being found would be worth it because finding yourself is the real reason you're here. And this is a very sacred moment because you're not just finding yourself. You're remembering who you really are. And that's not the end of the game. That's not the ending of hide and seek. That's the beginning of the real adventure. So, how do we go about being found? Well, the soul doesn't actually need to be found because it's been here all along, quietly watching and guiding us. It's our human self, the character we're playing, that forgets. But to play this role convincingly, you have to believe that you are the character. That's how the human experience works. In other words, you didn't just show up as a soul floating through life. You literally stepped into a costume, a personality, and a story, and you literally got swept up in it because you were supposed to. But in the next video, we're going to take a closer look at that character, the one you've been calling me your whole life. And you'll see how understanding this role is one of the most powerful ways to reconnect with your soul and remember who you are. So it's time to meet the one who forgets and then the one who always remembers. So if you're ready to pull back the curtain and see what's really going on, make sure you like or subscribe. And I would love for you to leave a comment because it helps you and I to get to know each other better. And if you like this video about the soul's journey, check out this video, Who Are You Really?, where I reveal 5 truths about self-worth and what your soul wants you to remember. And please feel free to let me know what subjects and videos you'd like to see next. And if the Spirit moves you, please share this video with anyone else you think is ready to hear these messages. So until then, here's one thing I don't want you to forget: that there really is no one worth knowing more than you.